Hello everyone, this is Gospel, and welcome to the Affluentry Network Quick Start video. Now before we begin, make sure to have a pen and paper handy to take notes. This video is one of the most important videos on this training site, and the reason I say that is because it's going to walk you through the steps of getting set up with your home office and making really good money with us. I mean, that's the reason why you're here, right? Now, here is the situation. For this to work for you to be able to work and make really good money, you must do what we say, when we say it, with no debate. And I say this strongly because I understand that many people will already have their ideas on how things should go. But I'm here to tell you the honest to God truth. We have been doing this for years. We've perfected this system, so there's no reason to reinvent the wheel here. So as I guide you through the steps, I'm going to share my screen to make all of this really easy. Now, while I'm doing this, if the footage on this video seems to be a little different from the website as you see it today, do not panic. The instructions are still valid. You just might have to take a closer look, because we're always updating the site and trying to make things better. Now, before we move forward, please listen up and understand that after this video, you will have a steady work from home job. Now, this isn't ordinary, but it's really special, especially in this time, because this work, it comes with repeat income and a ton of life-changing stories. And I hope that you're one of them too. So be clear that the Affluentry training site here, the products, the services, the staff, all of this is meant to give you everything that you need to be successful. We are dedicated to you, and we're dedicated to Affluentry, and we expect for you to treat this opportunity and others within this community with respect. We will not tolerate any misconduct, and we have the right to kick anyone out of this community. We are working professionals, and we are here to build a successful business for years to come. With that said, I think it's time to get started. Are you ready? Let's begin. Step number 1, access your package and training group. We're going to begin this step by going to the Affluentry Connection official website. That is affluentryconnection.com. Now, the reason we're going to begin here is because here at Affluentry, we specialize in the training and development of all of our members. We are responsible for making sure that you have everything in order to make really good money from home. And so we have our training packages into 4 separate groups. Of course, you have the basic, which is free, but then you have the pro, premium, and elite. You choose the package that works best for you. Now, let's say, for example, you chose elite, which of course comes with everything you need to make 6 figures a year working this business and working this job from home. So all of that is encompassed into that package. And when you select that and you click on the Connect Here button, it's going to bring you to this page. And you're going to fill out your normal information right there, and then you're going to hit Submit. Now, the good thing about the packages is that after the first 3 months, it's free. And you get a 50% bonus whenever you refer your new teammates to the packages. Now, let's get to the training groups. You're going to find the training groups at affluentryconnectioncenter.com. Once you get there, you're going to go ahead and scroll down, and you should see 4 boxes, actually 5 to be technical, and it should say Basic, Pro, Premium, Elite, and there's a Wake Up Affluentry box there too, but we're not going to focus on that right now. So again, you will come here to affluentryconnectioncenter.com, scroll down, and choose the group that corresponds with the package that you have access to. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. All right, so let's go ahead and get into a training group. I'm going to click on Basic Connection, and as you can see here, it says Affluentry University Basic. And this is the training group for everybody that has the basic package from affluentryconnection.com. This is where you're going to access all of the products and services that come with that package. So as you can see there, if you scroll down, it says quick access, and then you see the listing. And so, for example, it says Affluentry Network training courses, and then below that it says fast track system, etc., etc. Now, let's say you have access to the Affluentry Connection Elite package or the Premium package or the Pro package. It's going to correspond with the training groups, and of course, those products and services will align. So that's how that works. Now, whenever you get into the group, the next thing that you want to do is click join. Yes, before you begin studying, you want to click on join, because if you do not join the group, you won't have access to it. So top right-hand corner, it should say join. You want to go ahead and click that button, and then the staff will go ahead and give you access. So let me give you an example. Here is the Affluentry University Premium group for those who have the premium package, of course. At the top right-hand corner where my mouse is, it says join Affluentry University Premium, right? So you're going to click that button, and now you have full access to the package and the training group. Step number 2, download important documents and open the workflow. All right, so the important documents are always going to be in the training group. So for an example, we're going to start here with the basic, just to keep it simple. So we're going to go here to the basic group, and we're going to click on Affluentry Network Training Courses. Okay, then we're going to choose 101. And of course, you want to go through all of your training courses, but we're going to start with 101. The 4 boxes here, those are the important documents. That's what you want. And we're going to start with the workflow. So you want to make sure that you click on that, and then it's going to open up to this PDF. And it gives you step by step what you're going to be doing on a daily basis in order to collect a check. Okay, so make sure that you have this printed out and you look at this on a daily basis, because if you follow this system, you cannot go wrong. Okay, so there you have it. That's where you find the important documents and the workflow. Step number 3, get a business email. So we recommend that you go with Google. Go to gmail.com and create a brand new email with Gmail. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm filling this out so you can see how it goes. It's very simple, just your name, information. For an email address, I just went infinityhiring13, just made it up. On the next page there, it's going to ask my phone number. I put that in, do a voice call. It's going to give me a PIN to put in. So let's type that in there, 3545889. I'm going to click next. Got that. Now on the next page here, it says it's processing, but on the next page here, I'm just going to click on next step. And then it's going to give me my email address that I just created. Now I want to highlight that, and I want to copy that, because that's what I'm going to use from now on for my business and for this work. Now, once I have that, I'm going to paste that in a notepad just so that we save it. So I did a Control-C for copy, Control-V for paste into the notepad, okay? Click next. All right, and it's loading. And on this next page here, you will see my brand new inbox. Yes, infinityhiring13@gmail is live. There you go. So you're going to do the same thing. Create yourself a brand new email. Step number 4, get a Google Voice account. All right, now go to voice.google.com. That's the web address, voice.google.com. Now, this is the reason why we had you go with Gmail. It just makes all of this congruent and makes it kind of align up together. A Google Gmail email account with your Google Voice account. Now, Google Voice is going to give you a brand new phone number that you can use strictly for business. So you can read the criteria and hit next, okay? Now, on the next page there, it's going to ask you, do you want to use your existing number or do you want a brand new number? I encourage and I recommend you click on brand new number so that you get a brand new local phone number that you use specifically for business. Now, on this next page, it's going to say this new number that you're getting right here today. When someone calls that number, where should it go? And so you're going to type in there your local phone number that you have right now, your existing cell phone, your existing landline, your Vonage, whatever you have, type that number in there. That way, whenever people call your brand new Google Voice number, it gets routed directly to there. okay? And yes, you can create a brand new voicemail. Yes, you'll have caller ID and all of that good stuff too. And I'm going to show that to you in a moment. But again, I want to show you how to set this up. Now, as you can see here, I'm having a little bit of an issue, and that's because I already have a Google Voice number, so I can't use that and I can't put that into the system. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to log out here, and I'm going to go into my existing Google Voice account, as you can see here, and I'm going to scroll down so you can see this. Okay, so you see this is my voicemail box. So you can see everything is transcribed. So as people leave voicemails, I see it in writing. I'm going to zoom in here so you can take a look at this. And it says, hey, I saw your ad on Craigslist. Give me a call. Or the one below that, hey, I'm looking for a customer service job. So as you can see there, I use my Google Voice number and people call in, they leave voicemails, and then I call them back. Like I told you before, you are able to text message from Google Voice. You're able to receive voicemails. You're able to actually download an app. If you have a smartphone, an iPhone, an Android, whatever it may be, you can download the app, and that app can act as your business line on your existing phone. So it's really cool. If you need extra steps on how to set that up, you want to make sure to go to YouTube and type that in, how to set this up, and it'll work. So I'm gonna click on this button here, see call. Now, let's say if you don't have a phone, you can call from your computer. You just type that in and hit call or hit connect, and that's it. If you want to text from your computer, you can do that too, right? You're accessing your Google Voice account, and you type in the number and the message and hit send, and it works just like that. And the best part about Google Voice, people, is that it's 100% free. Now, I just clicked on settings, and as you can see here, this is all the inner workings. But what I'm going to click on here is voicemail and text. This over here is where you record your brand new voicemail. So you want to make sure that you leave something very professional. Hey, due to the overwhelming response, we're not available to get to the call, etc. Okay? Make sure it's professional. I'm going to click on over here to calls. You want to make sure to turn call screening off, and make sure that the caller ID shows the caller's identification information or the caller's phone number. And then there is do not disturb. That's if you want to block calls from coming through. You can send it straight to voicemail. And then, of course, you have the other options that are available. And again, what you see on my screen and in my account is what I would recommend that you choose to. Just keeps it really simple. Once you get all of that set up, you are ready to rock and roll. You have a phone number now that you use strictly for business and strictly for this job. Easy enough, right? Let's move on. Step number 5, get a PayPal account. Okay, so working with PayPal is really cool. It allows you to actually get paid on a daily basis with the advertising network. So that's the perk. So go to paypal.com. On the right-hand side, it's going to say sign up. Okay, and then you're going to sign up with a personal account. No reason to go for business at the moment because they're going to ask for an EIN and all that stuff. So just do personal account and then just fill out the information. So for an example, as I'm putting it in here, I put in my dummy email account that we just created. I put in a little password. And since I already have a PayPal account, I'm not going to be able to go too far into this process, but I just want to show you how simple it is to get set up. Now, when it comes to PayPal, you want to make sure that you do 2 important things. Number 1, verify your account. You don't want any restrictions on how much money can be loaded to your PayPal account. So verify your account with them. They'll give you the steps. Also, make sure to get the PayPal debit card. You have to go to their website, click on Contact Us, and give them a call and make the request. They will send it to you in the mail. That way, anytime you get paid, you get access to the money instantly. So make sure to do that. You should be good to go, and that is it. Step number 6, set up your welcome and training emails. Back to the group, Affluentry Network training courses, and then we're going to choose 101 here, and you see the video and the PDF, but below that, you're going to see the boxes that have the documents. We're going to click on welcome and training emails. Okay, we're going to click that here, and then it's going to download to your computer, okay? It is in a zip file, meaning that there's more than one welcome and training email in that file, so that's the reason why it's zipped up, okay? Because we represent many of the advertising networks, so we give you access to all the welcome and training emails for each network. So you open it up, we can right-click on it once it downloads and click Open With, or you can click on Extract All if you're Windows or PC-based. but you go ahead and open it up, and it's going to give you all of the welcome and training emails for each network. For this particular example, we're going to go with Free Treasure Chest because, of course, that's the network that I work with, okay? Many of you work with Instant Rewards, Our Loot to Boot, and Z&Z, My Cash Freebies, and all of those networks are golden. They have great support, and they pay well, too. So I just want to make sure that we have that clear. Now, here is the welcome email for Free Treasure Chest. I'm going to go ahead and, of course, highlight this, okay? So it's a PDF form. I can highlight this by clicking and dragging and highlighting it. I'm going to hit Control-C, okay, on my keyboard. Control-C or Command-C, whichever one you may have on your keyboard there. Just make sure to copy that and then head over to your email and log in. What we're going to do is we're going to take this content that we just copied, this welcome email, and we're going to email it to ourselves, okay? We're going to email it to ourselves. Now, the reason you're doing this is because as you're working, as you're taking calls, you're going to forward this email to each individual person on a daily basis. So if you took 10 inbound calls today and you sent all 10 people to orientation and 5 people came back and they said, yes, I'm interested, well, then you're going to forward your welcome email to those people. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And that is the only time that your welcome email leaves your inbox is whenever you have somebody that is interested. So we're going to go ahead and reformat this, make this look much prettier, just so that, of course, whenever you send out an email, it has to look professional. So we're going to line this up really quick. And also you want to put in the necessary links. Okay, so you have a $20 site. Okay, it should be Starter if you're on Instant Rewards, Pearl if you're on Free Treasure Chest, Z&Z1 if you're on Z&Z, etc. Okay, so it's the site that pays out $20. Go log into the advertising network, click on Home, and then find your referral link. You're going to go ahead and highlight that. So I'm going to copy that, highlight it, and then I'm going to take it over to my welcome email, and I'm going to paste it inside of that welcome email so that whenever people get my welcome email and they read through the steps, they have my direct link. You want to make sure that you complete that step. And then after that, you want to make sure to change the endings at the bottom. Make sure to change that so that it corresponds with your information and people can get in touch with you. And you should really be good to go. You want to just make sure that everything's aligned, make sure it looks very professional. And then you want to put your email address at the top there on where you're going to send this email. Make sure to have the subject right, which is Welcome to Affluentry Network. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. Send it to yourself, and this is what it should look like. A masterpiece. Okay? So there you have it, the welcome email. Moving forward, we need to get the training email now. So open up your email address, again, compose a new message, then go back to that PDF that you have there, scroll down, and then where the subject line starts at "You've been accredited, time for training," that's the training email. So you want to go ahead and highlight all of that. You want to copy all of it and then head right back on over to your email, just like how you did for the welcome email, and you want to paste it in there. Now, the only time that you send someone your training email is after they've already went through the registration process with the advertising network. At that point, then go ahead and give them the training email. Okay, so as you can see here, let me clean this up really quick. Perfect. All right. And now we need to add in our links. Now, the very first link that we have to add is the Affluentry Connection packages link. Okay. Now, if you're a basic member, you don't qualify for this step. But if you're Pro, Premium, or Elite, make sure to follow along. Okay. So now you want to go ahead and place your Affluentry Connection bonus link in that email, in your training email, because as new people come in and they get their training packages, you're going to earn 50% of that. Okay. Now, the easiest way to access that back office is to come to the affluentryconnectioncenter.com like you see here. And then on the right hand side, click on Connections. Okay. Over there on the right hand side, you should see the button or the picture that displays Connections. Go ahead and click on that. And then you'll end up on the home page here for the Affluentry Connection bonus. You're going to put your email address and your password in. Of course, when you got your package, you had set up an email and password. So that will correspond with this bonus sign-in page here. Once you go ahead and do that, you're going to go ahead and log in. And then on the next page, you're going to see your admin area for the connection bonus. You want to go ahead and grab your referral link at the top, highlight and copy that, take it back to the training email and paste it right underneath step 1, get Affluentry Connection package. Okay, you want to make sure you paste the link underneath that sentence there, and you should be good to go with that. Now, the next link that you need is the commissions upgrade link. Now, at this point, I have not told you anything yet about the commissions upgrade, but once you get it, do know instead of making just $20 per caller, you're going to be making $80 to $100 per caller. So that commissions upgrade link is very important. You earn your credit on that particular site. You get the referral link the same way you did your welcome email. You get the referral link from that $60 site or that $80 site, and you put it right there in step number 2. Then after that, you want to make sure that you edit the bottom there and put your name, your email, your phone number so that people can get in touch with you. And that is about it. After you've got that set, send it to yourself, just like that. Marvelous, right? So with that said, you set up your welcome email, you set up your training email, you're all set. Time to move forward. Step 8, learn the script and workflow. Okay, so you should already know where the script is. It's with the important document. So let's go to the basic connection. We're going to choose Affluentry Network training courses, and we're going to go ahead and click on, Affluentry Network 101. And then after that, here are the 4 boxes. Click on the script, and then it's going to download another zip file. In this zip file, you're going to get 4 scripts. One's for introduction, one's for registration, one's for training, and there's an extra bonus script in there as well. Just make sure that you get all of them. Just open them up. They're all PDFs, and that's about it. Let's move on to the next step. Step 9, place ads and actively promote. All right, now to get the phone ringing off the hook, right? That's what you want. You want ring, 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 inbound calls. You're going to have to place some ads. It's the easiest thing to do, one of the funnest parts of the entire job, because it's a little bit of work for all of the calls, and it's outrageous. Now, the type of ads that you want to place are very simple. Just generic customer service, sales. It could be work from home or work opportunity. Just generic work ads to generate interest. Now, you can do this in multiple locations. You can do it in your local area with flyers, maybe business cards, drop cards. Maybe you want to do the local newspaper or penny saver. Maybe you want to wear, a T-shirt that promotes in some way or fashion. Maybe you want to do a job fair. You can also use meetup.com and go to different groups and meet people that way. So there are so many options in your local market. And if you do just the free work, you'll generate 5 to 10 calls per week. Let's say if you do a paid ad in a newspaper or a penny saver, or you did a job fair, that's definitely going to get you way more calls than that, maybe 10 plus calls every single day. And you don't need that many calls in order to make good money with the advertising networks. And so that right there is your local area. Now let's talk about going on the internet and using, classified ad websites like Craigslist. You can use Craigslist and generate tons of calls. In fact, that's how we've built this entire empire, quite frankly, is we've used a lot of online promotions. And so Craigslist being one of the main ones, what we've been able to do is if you post a free ad on Craigslist, you'll be able to generate 5 to 10 calls every single day. If you do a paid ad, which usually costs about $25 if you're posting in the sales, job, or customer service areas, you're going to go ahead and generate 10 to 25 calls per day, okay? Now, you have to do it right on Craigslist. You cannot go in there like a novice because they will flag or ghost your ads and take down your account. So in order to be safe, you want to place 2 ads per day per account. Okay, so if you have 1 account, you can only place 2 ads on that account per day. That is it. Okay, if you want to place more ads, you have to get another account. And remember, it's 2 per account, okay, per day. So keep yourself safe under the radar. You will be okay with Craigslist. Also, posting in your local area is the best because you can actually meet with the candidates that are signing up with you. So it just makes the connection better and it makes the closing easier. Now, when it comes to Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you just want to send out messages to people, inviting them to a live orientation, be it on one of the conference calls or if they're going to the webinar, and you know what I'm talking about with the fast track system. So that's very simple. We have sample ads, sample flyers, we have sample social media messages, we have everything that you need. Make sure to check in the group, click on the links there, because all those templates are there for your leisure, okay? So you're all set. Let's move forward. Step number 10, taking calls and getting signups. Now, before we can start taking calls, we need to have the scripts, okay? So we downloaded the scripts earlier in this video, so make sure that you have them. They're in the important documents inside the training group, okay? You should know exactly where that is, but we're going to begin with the introduction script because there's 4 of them in there. So we're going to start with the intro script as far as this is concerned. So here we are here. And as you can see, there are 4 steps. Let me get a better view here. Hang tight. All right, there are 4 steps, right, in the sales process whenever you're getting someone to go from introduction to getting a product from the advertising networks, and of course getting trained and you getting paid in that entire process. So it goes introduction, involve, right? Register, and then follow up. Introduce meaning get them to an orientation. Involve meaning getting them on the training site and getting to conference calls and getting on the chat, right? Getting them registered meaning getting them to the advertising network and having them earn their first credit. That's what that means in register. And then, of course, follow up, meaning you're helping them complete the upgrades and get more credits, but also you're getting them into training and making sure that they have their script and they're watching this same video and they're upgrading their packages, etc., etc. So that is the 4-step process. Now, when it comes to the type of orientations, you have, of course, affluentrynetwork.com, which is a website, has a video on there. I personally don't use it. This is what I use. I use nationalorientation.com. That's what I use, okay? That orientation runs every single day, even on the weekends, at about 10 to 12 hours a day. It's awesome. Now, the purpose, posture, and position of this is what makes it magical. So what you want to do is make sure that you read this because it's very important. Scrolling down, and here is the script. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is print out every single script. You want to have every single one of them at all times because there should never be a time where an inbound call comes in and you do not know what to say, because the words are right here on the paper, okay? So make sure to print out the script, very important. Now, what you want to do is read through the script to yourself, okay? This script is meant for you to be able to interview somebody that is looking for an opportunity. If it's an opportunity or a job or an income, whatever the case may be, that's what the script is designed to do, is to help you interview that person and then get that person, of course, to an orientation so that they can learn more about the opportunity. Now, it is not your job to do all the selling and explaining. That's the reason why we have the fast track system, so that you pretty much take the call. As you can see on my screen, you ask some of these questions here, right? So are you looking for part-time work, full-time work, etc.? And then you go through, as you interview them, your job is to get them to a national orientation. That website is nationalorientation.com. Now, if you are a veteran and you're really, experienced and you're like, man, I prefer to go ahead and do my own one-on-one personal ones, I completely agree. If you're face-to-face with somebody, definitely go ahead and give them the orientation. But if you're taking inbound calls over the phone, it would be to your advantage so that you can leverage the system and make more money. It'll be to your advantage to send people to nationalorientation.com to learn more about the opportunity. And that right there is what the script does. It allows you to give just a little bit of the nuts and bolts and the goods on the opportunity to the person you're speaking to, but then after that, it gets them straight to the orientation, okay? Once they're at the orientation, and if you look at the bottom of the script here, you'll also see that we also tell you to make sure to set up an appointment to speak to that person again after orientation. Once you get that confirmation, the rest is history. You let them go over to orientation, and the people that call you back, boom, it's perfect. Okay, so it's kind of like you're taking spaghetti and seeing what sticks. And this is a numbers game, people, but I'm telling you right now, if you read the script, you add your own personality to it, you stay upbeat and have enthusiasm, you will do well with this job. Again, taking inbound calls is very simple. Reading the script is simple too, but the last piece of that recipe is you. So you're gonna have to make sure that you put the work in on getting the script down, learning it from top to bottom, and understanding the entire process, because that right there will give you the ultimate result, and that's cash in the bank every single day. That's how important learning this script is, okay? So make sure that you print them all out. Here's the introduction script. Again, after the introduction script, you're going to send them to orientation, and then everybody from orientation's going to get back in touch with you. And with that, you move on to the second script, which is their registration script. And that's when, of course, you're going to send them your welcome email, right? You're going to send them your welcome email, and then you're going to get them to registration. Now, you can get them registered yourself by walking them through, which is highly recommended, or you can send them to nationalregistration.info. Write that down, nationalregistration.info. If you send them there, Robert Travis will be there to guide them through the registration process. But remember, they need to have their welcome email. So as soon as they call you back from orientation, send them your welcome email and get them to registration. Again, you either register them or you have Robert do it. Whichever way you want to do it, it's going to happen. And of course, you're going to make money. And so let's get back to the screen here. I get really excited when I'm explaining this stuff and getting new people up and running. So I hope you've been enjoying yourself. It's been a great time shooting this video for you. Now, on the script, here are some of the questions that you would ask somebody whenever they call back after being in orientation, okay? So it'll be very simple stuff like, how was orientation? What did you like about it, etc. But then within the script, it goes through exactly when someone says, hey, I'm going to have questions. You're going to say, okay, I've got it, because you are the expert. You're going to know 100% of everything. So whenever someone asks you a question, you've got the answer. And if there's a question that you do not know, right, if you don't have the answer, then you go to support and we'll make sure to equip you with that information. So you're always in the know. Okay, always in the know. Now, also with that, it's going to go ahead and qualify the person and say, hey, do you have your 2 notebooks? Do you have your goals, right? Will you be able to take care of your product training credit or getting your credits on the advertising network? These questions are asked, can you handle that? It's in the script, and people respond, of course I can, of course I can. I'm telling you, people, if you read what's on the paper, you will do well. And I can promise you that. So with this script, it now gets them to get ready for registration. Now, whenever you get to registration and you have that welcome email open, let's say if you were doing this in person, you would pretty much just walk them through the process that is pretty much written in that welcome email. They'll go ahead and go to the training site first and meet everybody else, right? And then after that, they're going to go to the very first $20 site, right? And there's going to be the registration portion where you get them registered for the advertising network, they complete their offer, and they earn their credit. Very simple. Then after that, of course, they're going to get their identification in, which is actually the last step in the welcome email, is to get their identification in. They need 2 forms of ID. We all have to do it, so they do it as well, okay? It's all in the script and it's in the email. Right? But if you're using the webinar, then you don't necessarily have to be there, but you do have to follow up. Because a lot of times people will go to the webinar and they'll go ahead and have great success, offer requirements met. And then you have some people who go through and something comes up and something doesn't go right. You still have to follow up with them. So it's very important that you use both ways, yourself and using the webinar. But do know the webinar gives you the leverage. Now, a couple of pointers before you hit the field taking the inbound calls, reading the script. You want to make sure that you're sharp. Make sure that you know everything that there is to know go through your course material in the university, study, take the quizzes, and become an ace. You have to be sharp. Second, you want to make sure that you're enthusiastic. When you're taking the inbound calls, don't let your bills get in your way. Don't let your negative people in your life get in your way. You need to bring the energy, because what you put out is what comes right back to you. And then lastly, you want to make sure that you're well-spoken and you're professional. Make sure to enunciate your words and make sure to present yourself well, because the other person on the other line can visually see you just from your voice. So make sure that you are sharp, enthusiastic, and well-spoken, and you will be making money hand over fist in no time. Speaking about money, look what's next. Step number 11, collect your pay. Now, collecting your pay through the advertising networks is very simple. You want to go ahead and log in. So if you're with Instant Rewards, Free Treasure Chest, Z&Z, Our Loot to Boot, My Cash Freebies, etc., just log in with your username and password. Once you get in, find referral status or status on other networks. It may just say status. When you get there, you should see the list of emails from the people that have been signing up with you. And you should see to the right, it should say offer requirements met. If you see that, that means that qualifies to get the payout for that site. So you're going to go ahead and click on the order button. Once you click on the order button, you're going to scroll down and you're going to select the medium in which you want to receive your payment. So you can do PayPal, you can do direct deposit, you can do check. So it all depends on which network that you're with. But I know for sure with me and Free Treasure Chest, we have all of those options. I think Instant Rewards is PayPal now. I think they may have direct deposit. I'm not sure. But again, if you want to know different alternatives on how you're going to get paid through your advertising networks, you want to just go ahead and submit a support ticket to them, and they'll let you know any of the other options. Now, besides this, you also want to go to your upgrade site. And again, you're going to learn more about that in just a moment. But when you get there, you want to log in, of course, right? And then you'll see the laundry list of emails there and offer requirements met. And you'll see the products that they took home. And if you were to add up all those credits right there, that would equal 1.11 credits. That guy actually went overboard with it. But again, with that, you're going to go ahead, as soon as you see offer requirements met on any of those sites, on your starter, on your upgrade sites, you go ahead and you click on order. And that's how you get paid. They'll send the money straight to your PayPal account, or send it to your bank account, or even send you a check. So you just work with the advertising network and they'll send it to you in the medium that you want. And that's it. It's really simple. As far as getting paid through Affluentry Connection bonus, all of that is straight through PayPal. So make sure to have your PayPal address set up and you're good to go. Step number 12, upgrade and train your team. All right, now I know that you're looking for the upgrade video. Gospel, tell me about the upgrade. I'm going to throw that in at the end of this video as a bonus. So make sure that you stay to the end and watch that. It's going to be great. But what I want to talk to you about is your present and your future. Now, I know that right now, 9 times out of 10, you're here because you're trying to supplement an income or you're trying to create a brand new income. And what I want you to know for your future is that whatever that case may be, you can build something that will last a very long time here with Affluentry Connection, with our networks, and the entire program that we have going on, okay? But I want to give you the bigger picture so that you can see that, okay? So let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to supersize my notepad here, and let's go ahead and draw this up. And let's say we did 100 calls per week. Yes, we had 100 inbound calls from our advertising, if it's on Craigslist or in our local area, whatever the case may be. And out of those 100 calls in that week, in 7 days, I had 10 people, and that's actually horrible percentages, but I'm just giving you worst case scenario. 100 calls, let's say 10 people, right, took home the products. Let's say they did the registration and the upgrade. That equaled $100 in your pocket. That means you made $1,000 for the week. Okay, 100 calls, 10 people, $100, that's what happens. Or let's say if 10 people out of the 100 said yes, and they did the upgrade, but you only got paid $80. So will that be $800 for the week? Or let's say those same 10 people just did the registration, didn't even do an upgrade at all, right? That's $20 for every person. That's $200 for the week. And guys, that happens hand over fist every single day with the advertising networks. Now, let's say that out of those 10 people, just 5 of them had some common sense and they said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this further than just making this, some part-time thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and make this a constant revenue stream. I'm going to make this a primary income stream for me, right? What if you had 5 people that said that? Well, they're going to come and they're going to get one of the packages. Let's say they took home the elite package. That'd be $125 for that week on top of, right? Or let's say 5 of them just took home the premium at $12.50 for your bonus. That's an extra $62.50. That can go towards more advertising if you wanted to. Or let's say 5 of those people just took home just the pro. Well, that's an extra $25 on top of everything that you've done. And I know for a lot of people, this isn't a lot of money, but if you look at it on a monthly basis, taking inbound calls will generate between $800 to $4,000 every single month. Training your team is an extra $100 to $500 every single month. And that right there, my newcomer, my friend, is working from home. That right there, that's beyond a 9 to 5. That's what we like to call control. You're able to control your own time. You're able to control your own income. So you're able to control your life. Wow. Okay. I know I usually go there, and it's because I love my job. I love what we do because we get paid to help people become leaders. We get paid to help people, just get back what they really want. And that's their lives. And that's what this is about. So with that said, I just want to tell you thank you for listening to this portion. Let's get back to business and get to the next step, all right? Get a pen and paper. Here we go. Step number 13, attend training calls and support. All right, so attending training calls is really simple, and I would say it's mandatory. Yes, you need to make sure that you get to the training calls. They're very important. They're the best, too. They're very entertaining. They're fun. They're all of the above. So make sure that you get there, okay? So again, you want to get the schedule from the training site. That is affluentryconnectioncenter.com. On the right-hand side, you will see the Monday conference calls there, and you'll see that it starts at 6 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 p.m. Eastern. And then right below that, you'll see the Wednesday morning Hour of Power, which you want to attend. It's an awesome call. It's a morning call. It gets you up and going. It has great nuggets and great value in it. And yes, we do both of these calls for absolutely free, so you better get there. You better make sure, because that's the best training on the planet. So make sure that you get there, especially for the Wednesday morning Hour of Power. Now, when it comes to support, I know that you want to call your supervisor or go to the chat. What I highly recommend to make sure that you get the expert support that is due to you, you go to the website support.affluentryconnection.com. Or if you're on the training site, scroll up and click on support, and you want to submit a support ticket. Don't rely on all these other people. Make sure to come to the source. We here at Affluentry, we're here for you, okay? So make sure to click on support, and you should be good to go. So here we are at the very end. Congratulations. It is time now to learn more about the commissions upgrade. Remember that bonus I've got for you? That's about to play. But before we get there, I just want to give you a personal welcome to our community and to our company and to our family. This has been Gospel Jackson with Affluentry Connection. I love you all in spirit. God bless. Hello everyone, this is Gospel. Grab yourself a pen and paper because this is going to be really quick. As you already know, we are working with the internet's top advertising networks. That's Instant Rewards, Free Treasure Chest, Our Loot to Boot, Zip Nada Zilch or ZNZ, etc. Now, for many of you, learning about these networks and this new job is really fun and exciting, and it should be. Now, let's get straight to the point because this opportunity is golden. No hype, no sizzle. I'm very serious. Let's talk about this and let's think about this. We work with the top brands on the planet. That includes Netflix, creditreport.com, DirecTV. I mean, these are the top selling products and they have huge budgets. Yeah, these companies, they have big pockets. Now, let's think about the amount of people that need jobs in America alone. Well, we all know that answer. Millions of people need jobs in America, right? And that's just America. Now, let's put 1 and 2 together. Number 1, we have trusted brands with money that want to pay you. Number 2, we have millions of people that need to get paid. Are you seeing it yet? Yeah, smells like opportunity. And what makes this golden is that people are getting smarter these days. They are using their intelligence. They're seeking out different ways of making a living. I mean, you're here. I'm here. And as long as there's companies out there that want to pay, well, people will always have a job. So what does all of this mean? This means that you have a chance to help thousands of people and the opportunity to make a lot of money. And I'm not just talking fast food money. I mean consistent income that you can depend on. You can raise a family on. How does that feel? You know what? Take a look at this. This was from my first $2,000 week back in 2011. This was before the scripts. This was before the fast track system. This was before the training site and the conference calls. This was when there was nothing but just a notebook, myself, and my brain. You know, I took the chance to serve, and we've made something huge out of this. And let's fast forward to today. We have over 30,000 members and people all around the world working because of Affluentry, because of people like you and me who caught the vision and ran with it. And I know that if you're anything like me, well, making a difference with the work that we do, that means the most. Now, let's switch gears because with this opportunity, if you're not smart with it, if you don't use your intelligence with it, you will be losing money. And the last time I checked, that's not on your agenda, right? All right, so grab your pen and paper. Here are the numbers. When you first got started, you got registered with a $20 site through the advertising networks, meaning that that site's going to pay you out $20 for every time someone earns their credit through you. You probably completed that in about 10 to 15 minutes, and it was painless. Now, you can make really good money by collecting $20 bills all of the time. In fact, looking at my check here, it would have taken me 124 signups in 1 week in order to do that. And that's really good money. But honestly, I was just too smart for that. And I know you're too smart for that too. You know, I got paid $2,488 in 1 week by helping only 24 to 25 people. Now that is good money, and that's less work in order to get it too. Now, how is this possible? Well, it's because of the commissions upgrade. Now, you do not want to waste time. You want to get your commissions upgrade done ASAP. Here's a fun stat. Over 70% of the callers that complete the initial registration, they get upgraded. Now, why is that? Let's use a little bit of common sense. Anyone would take $100 over $20 any day, right? Exactly. So let's get you upgraded. Go to your supervisor's welcome or training email. Find that. It should be in your inbox. Once you get that, you want to find the link that says Commissions Upgrade. Click on that. Scroll down to the bottom, which you should be on your advertising network. Scroll down to the bottom, put your email address in. It should look very familiar, and click Sign Up. Once you click Sign Up, you want to click on the checkbox that says Extend to my current account, because this upgrade site that you have here is going to be an extension of your registration site. So they are connected. So click the checkbox. Once you do that and you hit next, it may ask you for your password. So make sure to put in your password and hit next. On the next page, scroll down and you should see the advertisers. Now, if you don't see the advertisers, look on the page there and click on Offers. Now, as soon as you get to that page, if you're not already there, scroll down and look at the credit values. As you can see, the advertisers weigh these a little bit differently this time. In order for you to get paid $100 for every caller, you're going to have to work with about 4 to 7 advertisers, which will add up to your 1.0 credits. So what I want you to do is to earn your credits now. Do not put this off. Remember that this is a one-time thing, and that's what I love about this particular opportunity. Once you're qualified, you're always qualified, and the rest of it is all income. You know, since 2011, I just thought about this. Since 2011, I have not had to complete an offer at all. Wow, since 2011, I've been making 6 figures every single year working with these networks. You can't beat that, people. So, in conclusion, make sure to get upgraded ASAP. I just gave you the steps, so there's no excuse. But it's going to make a world of a difference for the networks, for the advertisers, for your supervisor, but most of all, for you. So get her done and don't ever give up because there's tons of money to be made here. With that said, be sure to dive into the Affluentry University and take your time. Learn everything that you can because I know you're absolutely serious about this opportunity. If you don't have a commissions upgrade link, go to support.affluentryconnection.com or just scroll up on the training site and click on support and submit a ticket. Ask someone there for a commissions upgrade link and Affluentry will take care of you. The opportunity is here and the seat is open for you. All you got to do is sit down and take the opportunity. And most of all, enjoy the ride. Now, before we end, make sure to connect with us here at Affluentry. I've seen over the years that people don't make it if they fall victim of their environment or if they have a lot of negative people in their life. And you don't need all of that. So you want to make sure that you get all of the good energy around you so that produces a good life. So I extend a personal invitation for you to add me to Facebook. You can add Ashton Sanders and Robert Travis too. So with that said, this has been Gospel Jackson. I told you this video was going to be extra quick. I hope that you've gotten a lot out of this and you understand the direction in which you need to go. So with that said, I'll see you on some future conference calls. This has been Gospel. I love you all in spirit. God bless and have a great day.